Oh, you need to go potty?
Good timing.
Okay. Oh, good. Bathroom's right there. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca, if you're new here. So if you don't know, in my last video, I talked about how we have some pretty big news coming up. We are actually walking up Mount Eden right now because it has been a beautiful day and it's almost sunset, and so we're hoping to get a nice pretty one. It's just really nice. We've been trying to get out and about every single day to stay happy. The reason we moved to New Zealand is my husband got a job here and his year-long trial is up, and so last week I was saying, oh, we're gonna have big news because either he's going to win it and we get to stay, or he's not going to pass it and we don't know what's gonna happen. And so, cutting right into the chase, he did not pass the trial. I'm not gonna go into too much detail on that aspect of it because we have absolutely loved our time with the orchestra. He has loved playing with them, and I don't want to say anything negative. We're not. So yeah, definitely not how we wanted things to go, and it's a lot to process. And it's just, yeah, like every day just feels really different. Like, you know, you go from being, you just feel all the feelings, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's a whole wide range of very big feelings. The other thing too, I thought that this last Monday they had a meeting and we both thought that we would have all the final details of everything in that meeting, but that meeting was basically to say, okay, we've gotten everything. We'll have the final details and decisions and everything by this next Friday. So I don't mean to string anybody along, but we don't actually know exactly what's going to happen or what this means or what this exactly looks like until this next Friday. So we'll have more of an update in the next week's video. It's just really tricky because we have no idea of the even general timeline, really. So it's like, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 6 months, it could be anything from that. We spin our wheels and use so much mental energy trying to come up with like plans A, B, C, and D. But there's a million different variations of all the different timelines that we have and can come up with. And so I've just really tried to say, stop, we're not thinking about anything like this until we know all the final details about everything on Friday. So I don't really have any answers for anything yet, and that's just the way it is. I've been saying this for the last few months, no matter which way this went, as long as we're together, then I know that we'll be fine, and we will be. And it's kind of fun and exciting in a way to be like, we have no idea where we're going to be in a year's time from now. We will be somewhere that is completely unknowable to us right now, which is just, like, I feel like that's kind of how we've always lived, and I kind of love it, just always going on the next adventure, and we'll see what that looks like. Maybe we'll be in Australia, maybe we'll still be in New Zealand, and we'll figure out a way to stay here, because there are different options. Like I said, we've thought of a million different variables and variations. It's overwhelming, honestly. I know that we're gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. We're doing pretty well, all things considered. Just trying to take one day at a time and trying not to go crazy, trying to figure out next steps when we can't figure out next steps. The sunset is a lot prettier than I am. I think one of the things is like, we're really trying to focus on the positives. For example, if we go to the States, then that would be really nice because William and we can see family that we haven't seen in a really long time. And also, if we make that trip again, like, we're gonna get rid of everything again and be super, super minimalist again. And I kind of love like getting rid of everything, and I don't know, it just sounds kind of fun to me in a way. But again, like, that's just one of the possible outcomes that might happen. You know, we might end up in Denmark. I have no idea. And there is a little bit of funness to that. This has really made me realize over the last few weeks that it's a very terrible feeling to realize that your whole life and every decision that you make is based off of somebody else. Like, somebody else has complete control over our lives. It's pretty crazy that we live in a very isolated country far away from everybody that we know, and we're on a single income. You know, it's just not a very great place to be for them to be like, oh, you're done. So yeah, I've been a little inspired recently to try to figure a few other things out, and that's why like having this YouTube is fun, for example, and why I want to do a bit more with Instagram and my website and everything like that, because I want a little bit of control over our lives. I do not want this to sound like a goodbye at all, because like I said, we have no idea where we're going to be even 6 months from now. So all I'm going to say is that coming here was the biggest adventure we've ever done in our lives. I've absolutely loved it. I mean, all three of us have loved it. Even if it ended in a big fail, I am still so incredibly glad that we just came over here and we just did it. Looking back at this last year and a half, it has more memories and adventures in it than I think a lot of people have in their lifetimes sometimes. And I think it has really just kind of set us on the path of like, this is what we want. We love this. We love doing new things, finding new adventures, living in new places. Anyways, I think that's all I have for now. Like I said, I'm sorry that we don't have more to share, but we really just don't have any more details. Stay on the path. I'm really hoping that by next week's video we will have a lot more answers and details ourselves, and that we can actually start making some plans. Once we know all of that, I will definitely be sharing it with you. So I'm hoping that's in next week's video. That is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Bye bye. See you next week. Good job.